Hello everyone, welcome to the Get Marine Fit Show. I am the host, Tyrell Murphy. I'm a certified personal trainer and Marine Corps veteran. I'm also the author of the book, Get Marine Fit. The purpose of this show is to not only promote health and wellness, but to also promote local talent and leaders within our community. And I am pleased to have one here with us today. So on today's show, I'm delighted to have Miss J.C. Wade. Miss Wade is a local author and teacher from Stafford, Virginia. I will be interviewing her on her book series, The White Witch's Daughter, A Conjuring of Valor, and the Faith of Our Sorrows. Hello, and welcome, Miss Wade.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Miss Wade, tell us a little bit about yourself as an author.
Well, first and foremost, I am a military wife and a mother of 3 beautiful young boys. And I also happen to be an author of historical fiction, action, adventure, and romance stories with some low fantasy mixed in.
That is beautiful. And I also know as a school teacher, you teach special need kids.
Yes, I'm a teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing. I've been doing this profession for about 16 years now, and it's something that is near and dear to my heart.
You know, that is amazing for you to have 3 boys and, you know, also a school teacher, and then still, you know, find the time and to write books. And, you know, so that means that you're truly passionate about everything that you do. So that is impressive.
Thank you.
All right, so what motivated you to become an author?
I've always been a lover of great stories. You know the stories I'm talking about, Terrell, where you're reading them and they pull you out of your current reality and pull you to a different place in time completely. They move you to be angry or to tears, or they make you fall in love, and the characters stay with you. And I wanted to recreate that, but in a genre that I prefer, which is historical fiction. Beautiful.
So briefly describe your books.
So my books are set during what's called the Great Cause, which is when the English king, Edward I, sacks a Scottish port town and basically takes Scotland for his own. And so my characters, we see the history of the Great Cause playing out in my books through my character's eyes, my fictional character's eyes. So my main character, my heroine, she has to travel from England to the wilds of Scotland, to the only family she has left. And so in so doing, there's lots of action, adventure, and some harrowing times, but there's also some romance and love.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
So what the age appropriate for the book?
I would say 16 years or older is appropriate. There are some attempted sexual assaults in the book. There is no language, and this is a fade to gray romance. There's no explicit sexual scenes.
Okay, wonderful. So what inspired you to write these books?
I wanted to write a story with strong feminine characters during that time when women had no voice. They had no rights and no voice. And now we take those things for granted as women. And my challenge as an author were to show the influence of women upon their sphere and people, even when they might not have a soapbox to stand on. Because we're all multifaceted. We're all more than just one thing. And I wanted my characters to I wanted my readers to see themselves in these characters and fall in love with them.
That is wonderful. So what's your favorite book among the ones that you have written so far?
Well, I have 3 children and 3 books, and I'm not going to hurt any of their feelings. It just depends on the day. You know how it is as a parent.
Absolutely.
But Conjuring of Valor is my second, and it's the newest out, so it's like my newborn, and so I do a lot more eye-gazing and cooing at book 2. But I have to say, book 2 is easier to write. So.
Got it. So which one would you say was the most fun to write?
The White Witch's Daughter was a long time in coming. It took me about 5 years to write it. There was a lot of research involved and a lot of life that happened in between, so I picked it up and set it back down and picked it back up again. But once my characters and my world was built, it was more fun for book 2 and my novella just to go play in that world that I had created.
Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you. So are there any characters within the book that have some similarities to you or anyone that you know?
I think it would be impossible to live with these characters as I have for years and not write a bit of myself into each of these characters. Some of the characters have the best parts of myself. Some of them have portions of me that I could only hope to have, and some characters have the worst of myself built in. And of course, some characters are based loosely off people that I know. But I think it would be impossible for me to not leave myself in these books. I've written my heart into them.
Wow, that is very intriguing.
Thank you.
So, how did professional editing help the developmental portion of your books?
Editing, it's difficult for anyone to receive criticism, especially when it comes to your children, real or imagined. These are my book babies, right? These are my brain babies. I created these. They're a part of me. However, without that outside perspective, that second set of professional eyes on my content, my vision of the books could be clouded with my own hubris, or things I want to see that might not necessarily be what be best for the book. So it's really important, as painful as this time, for editing to happen, so they can take out those pieces that don't really belong.
That makes sense. And as a author, I totally understand how important professional editing is to getting a great product out there to your audience, and that's wonderful. So what formats are your book available in?
So all my books are available anywhere you can buy books online. So Barnes & Noble, Amazon, they're all available in paperback and in ebook. However, The White Witch's Daughter is also available in Audible, an audiobook format.
Okay, that is amazing. So you got a format just about for everyone out there.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how could our 6.2 million viewers purchase your books and find out more about you as an author?
Well, the majority of people buy their books on Amazon. 80% of the world purchases their books on Amazon. But you can buy them online, like I said, at any retail chain online, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and then also you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. My handles are JC Wade Originals. However, you can watch me make a fool of myself on TikTok if you want, under the name @JC Wade Author.
That is amazing. Well, thank you, Ms. Wade, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. You're welcome. All right, I am Tyrell, and we will see you next month on Get Marine Fit.